100 Canadian Armed Forces members and 2 naval crews are in Newfoundland and Labrador after Fiona hammered the island's southwest coast. Premier Andrew Furey has been touring the hardest hit parts of the province, and he's joining us this morning. I actually haven't seen those aerial shots before, Premier. It's unbelievable, the destruction. How are you doing this morning?
We're doing okay. It's the destruction is unbelievable. The images don't really capture it, Lindsey. It's quite devastating. It's tragic. It's emotional. It's devastating for the people of the southwest coast of this province. And to be here on the ground, talking to people, to put faces and personal stories to the images is really heartbreaking, and it's emotional for me, as I'm sure it is for not just all Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, but all Canadians.
And you're in Port-aux-Basque, which is a town of, what, about 4,000 people, according to the town's mayor? Yeah, Brian Button says about 20 homes were just washed away. 200 people have been displaced. The cost of the damage could be millions of dollars. So what is the plan? How will the province help people in their recovery efforts?
Yeah, sure. In any natural disaster, of course, there's the acute response phase, and we're still very much in that. We're hearing numbers as high as 80 homes that are not livable or have collapsed across several communities. And I can tell you that that number is likely to rise as people come back to their homes, or engineers go into buildings and realize that they're structurally not sound, or that they're not livable. So we're still very much in the inventory phase of what the damage is. I mean, there's the obvious ones, Lindsey, like I'm sure some of the that are coming up there, but yesterday I saw a home that was shifted 30 degrees, like this is lifted and shifted. Like, is that, it looks sound from the outside, but is that a livable home anymore? So that's the kind of inventory and triage that we're going to be doing in the next few days to weeks, and then we'll focus on the recovery and rebuild after that.
So these people that have been displaced, where is everybody? Where is everybody being housed? What's the situation like when it comes to water and food?
So right now, of course, there's been an incredible outpouring of generosity from across the country and here within our own province. So people who've lost their homes, who have found shelter, whether that's through the Canadian Red Cross or through family members or cabins. But as a province, we recognize that some of those are just short-term solutions, obviously immediate solutions. So we're looking at securing homes or hotel rooms for them to stay in the medium term, and then long term, of course, we want to rebuild. We've also been working with our incident response team that there is water being provided, that they're going to need clothing, and we've been very grateful for the outpouring of generosity, whether that's through the Canadian Red Cross or the Lions Club locally here in Port-aux-Basque, who's been collecting and distributing some of those critical items. But you need to really kind of stay focused on breaking this down in the immediate phase and then moving into the next several phases as we get a better handle of the scale and scope of the problem. We'll have a better understanding of how to coordinate across governments to be the most efficient in the rebuild.
Obviously, the focus right now is on people's lives, but thinking ahead and looking ahead to livelihoods, I just think about the number of fisheries that sit on the southwest coast in terms of getting back on their feet. Will they be getting any assistance?
Yeah, so over the next few days, we'll be putting together a financial package in coordination with the federal government to ensure that those individuals who are financially stressed right now will be supported. And we're looking at that, not dissimilar to how we're looking at the natural disaster in general. So there's the immediate, how do we get money to people who have been displaced from their homes, displaced from their jobs, so that they can afford to live on a day-to-day basis, food, water, clothing. And then looking to the medium and long term, how do we support them in the rebuild of their homes? Because many of them, of course, were either uninsured or the insurance doesn't cover an event like this. And that's where I think it's appropriate for government to be there for assistance, and we will be there to support those people.
Well, our heart goes out to all the communities there. Premier Furey, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Lindsey, and thanks to everybody across the country for reaching out for help. It means a lot to all Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, but especially those on the southwest coast.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.